How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days, and welcome to another Terraria 1.3 update video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new fossil armor that's been added in the Terraria 1.3 update. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is something I've been wanting to check out for ages, and I think the fossil armor represents a really interesting challenge you could give yourself in Terraria. But before we get started with today's episode, I do have an announcement to make. So, over the next few days, I'm actually in the process of moving house. Which, if you've ever done that before, you'll realize what a super busy and super crazy time that can be in your life. Why am I bothering to tell you that? Well, it's really important to me to let my subscribers, you amazing people, know that I am going to be a bit busy. So it's going to be hard for me to do the full epic Let's Plays with all the editing. They take me 4 to 6 hours to make each episode. It's not going to be possible. Will there still be videos? Yeah, of course. But I'm just letting you know in advance that the big Let's Plays are going to be on hold for a couple of days. There's not much I can do about it. I don't want to release substandard things that are not up to my expectations and my standards. And I don't think you guys want that either. So what videos can you expect to see? We're going to do some great item tutorials, a few weekly wires, and really investigate some of the 1.3 mechanics, which a lot of you have been asking for as well. If you've got any questions, just ask me in the comments. I'll be back to normal as soon as possible. Thank you so much, cookies for everyone, and let's get started. So, in the desert biomes in the 1.3 update, there's the addition of these new caverns, and they have this sort of awesome desert-like wall. When you drop into them, you'll notice quite quickly that there's a new block type, that if you're not using the correct pickaxe, it's impossible to mine them. Now, these are the desert fossil blocks, and once the pickaxe you need to mine them is a minimum of a nightmare pickaxe, which is, so obviously, after you've defeated the Eater of Worlds or the Brain of Cthulhu. The other thing you can use to mine them is the Reaver Shark. Now, interestingly, guys, I did a bit of research on this. To get the Reaver Shark, you've got a 1 in 100 chance when you've got 50% fishing power. Now, 50% sounds like a lot, but if you can get like I think the reinforced iron fishing pole has 15%, and if it's raining, it also boosts your fishing power as well. So you could possibly get fossils very, very early. Anywho, so as you're mining up these lovely fossils, you're getting them in their raw state. Now, the goal is to collect as many of them as you can, so pick up lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. You can't use explosives on them, unfortunately. I've tried. I checked the wiki. I thought bombs would be such an elegant solution to this, but it doesn't work. They also drop off one of the mobs in here too, and I'll see if I can find them. I think they're called a basilisk. Alright, so once you've got all of your nice desert fossils, you make your way down to an extractinator, and you'll find a lot of the rooms down in these sand caves have extractinators, or the chests have extractinators in them. Mummy pants. Now, the cool thing about these desert fossils is when you use them on the extractinator, they function just like normal silt or slush. However, they also have a chance, and you can see the different rarity color on them there, they have a chance to drop sturdy fossils. And that's the magical thing we are after here. So sturdy fossils, and I'm going to have some items dropping on the ground soon. Sturdy fossils are what we're going to use to craft the new fossil gear. So, let me just burn through these, and we'll zoom ahead and do some crafting. Okay, now we've got our sturdy fossils, it's time to do a bit of crafting. All of the sturdy fossil items are made at an anvil, which is nice and easy. So, crafting is pretty simple. They're not too expensive, and they don't need anything else except for the sturdy fossils. So basically, if you've got an anvil and some sturdy fossils, you can make the set. When you equip it, it gives you a 50% chance not to consume your thrown item, which is really, really handy. Another thing you can craft too is the awesome bone javelin and bone throwing knives. So I've prepared some in advance, but they only need one sturdy fossil each to make a set of them. So it's one of those things you might, considering that it can take a while to get heaps and heaps of sturdy fossils, you might want to save these special ones for bosses, which is immediately what I thought, and maybe use other things like shurikens or snowballs for just normal mobs. Okay, let's do some damage tests. So I thought for our damage test it would be fun to pick on Eye of Cthulhu a bit, but I just wanted to demonstrate the two qualities of the fossil weapons first. So the bone throwing knives have an awesome piercing attack. They're very similar to shurikens in that effect. They also feel a little bit like the Shadow Flame knives from the Goblin Invasion. The cool thing about the bone javelins is they are super high damage, but they're more a single target weapon. They don't pierce, but you'll notice it's ticking for 3 damage. And they actually can stack up to 6 times for a total of 18 damage a tick. It's kind of like a poison effect, but not really. It's called penetrated, and I guess it's like, you know, it's damage their armor or bleeding or whatever. Okay, so very, very cool. And very high damage too. With the fossil set on, you got 34 and 16. A thing to note too is it says throwing damage. I picked up a boomerang hoping it was going to work with the fossil set, but no. So let's have a quick look at how it works on Eye of Cthulhu. Where are you, crazy eye? So what you can do is get quite a few spears into him. It's very similar to the Daybreak weapon, the new solar throwing javelin as well. So a good strategy, I suppose, is to use, probably the bone throwing knives are better because they pierce, so you can kill the servants of Cthulhu at the same time. Although this is less effective on expert. I tried it, it wasn't as good. For accessories, I've just got 17 defense, I've got some warding, boots on, and the fossil armor. So I was interested to see if it's possible to fight Eye of Cthulhu, you know, with about the same defense as you'd normally have. I know my health is massively higher, but, you know, it's still, I'm trying to emulate it as much as possible. So as you can see, it's pretty strong. Dealing with Cthulhu, no problems at all there. Obviously, if we're in expert, we would need a bigger arena. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. And I think if you wanted a pretty hardcore challenge, it would be interesting to see how far into hard mode you could get just using fossil armor and maybe warding on all your accessories to get up to, what would you get up to? 33 armor with all warding, and 37 if you're on expert mode. Very interesting. Thanks as always for watching another Terraria 1.3 update video, guys. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this episode, and keep those comments and requests coming. So if you're interested in seeing me cover something from the Terraria 1.3 update, now's your chance to leave a comment, and your topic could be the topic of the next video. Also, don't forget to keep your requests coming for the Yaron the Yo-Yoer and our expert mode finale. I'll still be reading them, I'll still be taking notes down. I'll also be on comments for about a half an hour each day, half an hour to an hour. So business as usual in that sense. So if you're happy to chat in the comments, I'll be online talking to you. Alright, subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. And as I said, this will only be for a few days and we'll be back to all our usual programming. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for 65,000 subscribers. We are an amazing team and we are going to keep going. Alright, cookies for everyone. You're all amazing. Don't ever change. And I'll be chatting to all of you in the comments very soon. Whoop whoop! Alright, as always, stay happy. I'll see you soon. This is HappyDays signing out. See ya! And that means that ectoplasm will be, yeah, getting farmed nicely. And you can see that was dead easy to set up that. So the mobs can cruise up the sides. The mimics can get in, which is one of the main things. Yeah, we've got lots of good loot. Oh, he's got 3,000 health! He's only got 3,000!